The last 4 presidents, including our latest president, continue to tell Americans that we're fighting an enemy that's motivated by hatred for our freedoms and our liberties, women in the workplace, liquor after the work day, and is so therefore a fanatic, limited number of folks. Nothing could be further from the truth.
What are they motivated by?
They're motivated by the impact of our foreign policy, particularly our support for tyranny. We've just reinforced the status of the Yemeni dictator, for example. We support the police state that governs Saudi Arabia, that governs Jordan, that governs Egypt and Algeria. We give unqualified support to the Israelis in terms of money and armaments. These are the motivations of the enemy. And it's not to say that those policies are wrong. We all have our own opinions on that. Certainly I would move to change some of them. But the idea that you don't recognize what your enemy's motivation is for political reasons, you will never get a grip on the enemy you're fighting and need to defeat. And certainly the leadership under the past several presidents has not been inspiring.
Memphis is next. Good morning to Vivian on our Democrats line. Hi there.
Good morning. I would like to know, how can we as Americans stop someone who's willing to put a device on themselves and blow themselves up and others? I would like to know, how can we stop it? Thank you very much.
I don't think there's really a way to stop it with any kind of 100% assuredness. One way to stop it is to decrease the motivation of those people to attack us. And until we're willing to recognize what the basis of their motivation is, which is things like support for Israel, support for the Saudi police state, we're not going to be able to stop any of them, or many of them. And the number of people willing to carry those devices and kill people will increase over time. So ultimately, we have to find a way to dissuade them from focusing their anger on us and persuade them to focus their anger at what they themselves believe is the real enemy, the governments that govern them, oppress them, and Israel.
Mr. Sawyer, I met you in Los Angeles, and you were so brave being on the Bill Maher show talking about how we're fighting these wars for Israel and losing lives for Israel. And I told you about the NeoCon Zionist threat.com site, and America-hijacked as well. You're absolutely spot on, sir. When are we going to shred the Israeli yoke and get on with defending America like George Washington wanted us to, and his passionate attachment you can find at standforjustice.com. Thank you, sir.
Well, I think Israel is certainly part of the problem. It's not the entire problem. Of course, American foreign policy is eventually up to the American people. One of the big things that we've not been able to discuss in this country for the last 30 years is our policy toward the Israelis. Whether we want to be involved in fighting Israel's wars in the future is something that Americans should be able to talk about. They may vote yes. They may want to see their kids killed in Iraq or Yemen or somewhere else to protect Israel. But the question is, we need to talk about it. Ultimately, Israel as a country is of no particular worth to the United States. It doesn't.
You mean
strategically? We have they have no resources we need. Their manpower is minimal. Their association with us is a negative for the United States. Now that's a fact. What you want to do about that fact is entirely different. But for anyone to stand up in the United States and say that our support for Israel doesn't hurt us in the Muslim world, or our support for Hosni Mubarak's dictatorship doesn't hurt us, is to just defy reality.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and check out Tom's Representative Press channel. It's a channel you'll want to subscribe to as well. See the link in the video description.